All right. Good morning, James.
Sorry.
Welcome, everybody.
Hello.
Hey.
Smoking beers with the black.
Nice.
Who are they?
I don't know, but we gotta watch.
I don't know. You know who they are? No.
Where's the echo and reverb coming from?
This?
I'm thinking it's that. Oh, okay, you got to do it. There, that's better.
There we go.
Yep.
Okay.
So it was picking up the echo
Do you
from
have light on?
that one. So, all right. Good morning. We have a studio audience. So, studio audience, say hi.
Hi.
A little more enthusiasm.
I was enthusiastic. Hi, everybody.
I mean, act like you've been up more than 10 minutes.
Good freaking morning, everyone.
Yeah, I woke up at like 5 o'clock this morning and couldn't go back to sleep.
I got up at 2 this morning and couldn't go back to sleep. Started doing dishes,
I
making
saw that.
blueberry
So
muffins
you
and
make
stuff.
Yeah, my cousins started texting me, and they've been up since. I mean, they started texting about 5:30. They were like, "Why in the hell are we up?" All of them were up.
Wow.
All your cousins?
Yeah, it was crazy. So
Well, how did they know you were up? Did you make a post somewhere or something and they saw it?
we're in a group text. So one texts the other one about the ball games last night, and then the other one,
At 5 o'clock in the morning?
yeah,
Wow.
Hey, man, that just seems.
that's just what we
that's the
do.
normal. I mean,
Yeah. So, all right. So, Cub, who do you got as your special guest? Or is you about poke her right in the face?
we got Tookie.
Turkey.
Tookie. Tookie. Tookie.
Okay.
It's like cookie, but with a T instead of a C.
Morning, Brian. I guess I could put these guys up. And then we have Miss Maggie.
Hi, everybody.
How you been?
I'm pretty good.
You ain't been around much.
Yeah, she ain't been over in a while.
Yeah. How's school going?
It's good.
Good.
It's real good.
Good. She's still looking at colleges. So that's cool.
You have any particular school on top of your list?
Right now, it's between Marshall and ABEC.
Oh, okay.
That's my two top.
Yeah. And we got the trombone specialist or the trombone chef.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Oh, Happy showed up.
Cindy, why would you not?
Turn. Hey, stop. Turn. Say hi.
Good morning. Here, Cindy, here's some shoes. Good morning.
Hi, baby.
Yep, they just rolled out a bit.
Yes. Cindy, here's some shoes. It's a good dog's dog. Please up.
Well, yeah, it's like 40 degrees.
A hoodie in the garage?
So
Hello, Scott.
Josh, the trombone chef, was at the ball game last night where South Carolina upset number 5 ranked Tennessee.
Sure did.
Woo!
Yeah.
This is probably the biggest game that Carolina has played since Clowney was in and walloped that dude from right there. Walloped the guy from Teton and knocked his helmet 10 yards back.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I got up this morning, because I don't keep up with college sports, so I don't know anything about it. But every post from all of my friends was talking about the game. Even my diehard Clemson fans that stand up and swear they hate the Gamecocks were bragging about how good they played and stuff.
Yeah, they look like a different team. I mean, I think they were 6-4 going into the game, so this was they look like a different team. They really did. My brother texted me and said, "Are you watching this?" And I was like, "No, I was out piddle farting in the garage." And so I went and turned it on. It was like 35-23 or something like that. And I was like, "Holy crap!" Morning, Charlie.
Hello, Charlie.
Charlie, we've got Bear Cub got some fun facts for you. So this morning, Mama wanted she wanted soup because it can stretch for the week. So we decided to do a chicken cordon bleu soup. and I'm going to quadruple the recipe because we're using Black Betty.
Black Betty.
Now, I'm hoping I didn't overdo it, but I think we're going to be okay. So,
When I told Tamara this morning what we were making, she told me, she said, make sure you bring me some. So,
oh, you got to come and get some, girl. You can't, no. We're not door dashing. We don't door dash.
I said, you want to eat?
All right, so
Let's see right.
is your pot getting hot? Chairs are right back there, Bradley.
Yeah.
There should be some back there. If not, they're behind Maggie.
Okay, so
Just the facts, ma'am. Just the facts. That's what he's saying.
just the fact. Okay, so it originated in Breg, Switzerland in 1940. It was noticed in the cookbook in 1946. No, 1949. I was close. I was like 3 off.
Huh? There ain't no chairs. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's pretty much.
There's like 6 chairs.
you got to have more knowledge than that to drop on these people.
Like I have the definition of it. For the definition.
Yeah, what is a chicken cordon bleu?
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Definition of chicken cordon bleu. A cordon bleu or schnitzel cordon bleu is a dish of meat wrapped around cheese, then breaded and pan-fried or deep-fried. Veal or pork cordon bleu is made of veal or pork pounded thin and wrapped around in a slice of ham and a slice of cheese, breaded and then pan-fried or baked.
There's Bradley. You were just in. Your head's in.
We got a big studio audience.
Yeah, we do, and I don't have stadium seating yet.
Yeah.
Tamara just texted me and said she's trying to log in, but she is being forced to update her YouTube app. So she's just a few minutes behind.
That's all right. Brian, Brian, the bearded Italian, he did, I just watched his video this morning. He did the smash cinnamon rolls on his Blackstone E-Series.
Okay.
They turned out way better than what we did because we did them on Sid's E-Series for Easter. I mean, we could have nailed it, the show on Netflix.
Right.
We could have entered that because it didn't look anything like what it was supposed to. Charlie says the audience is awful rowdy this morning. Well, they're all lethargic. It's like they just rolled out of bed.
What does that mean?
Sluggish.
Oh.
It's like they just rolled out of bed or something.
Almost
You got it? Is it hot yet?
I mean, it's getting there.
As long as they're ready to start melting butter.
I mean, I guess.
Yep.
With a smile. There we go.
It's party time. Yep. So this week, what did we do this week?
I don't know, but I
Wasn't much going on this week.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's Tamara. Let's see. What did we do this week? So Sid came in Wednesday. You guys come in Wednesday or Thursday? Thursday. They came in Thursday, and then she had the bridal party, right? The bridal shower.
No, that was
Whatever.
that was
They
a couple weeks
rehearsal.
ago.
They had rehearsal.
Our rehearsal dinner was Thursday.
Yep. They had the rehearsal. Evidently that went okay. And then we had the wedding on Friday.
Yes,
Well,
we
you
did.
talk about your week because mine was pretty boring.
Well, I spent the first part of the week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at work, getting things closed up for my position that ended on Friday. And like I said, Thursday was the wedding rehearsal. Ridiculous, hellacious traffic going up to the site.
Shoot,
I mean,
yeah.
the venue was way out there. So much road construction in Columbia. It was just a bear to get to.
It took us about an hour and a half.
Us two.
Yeah.
but we only live 3 minutes apart, so it probably took me an hour and 33 minutes.
You guys left earlier.
All I know
Than
is
what
that
we did.
night
We did,
before-
because we had to make sure stuff was set up.
You
right.
guys had to be there by the time we left.
And but the rehearsal, it was a nice chilly evening. A lot of people were not properly dressed, and we're sitting there bones and teeth chattering and all.
Yep.
But I thought it was great because I love the cold weather. But the rehearsal went over great, and it really started to hit me that it was really happening whenever I was practicing walking Tamara down the aisle. And that's when I'm like, oh man, this is going to be the real thing tomorrow. You know, it's here now. But it was really exciting. Jimmy Krisman, one of Tamara's favorite teachers, he was the officiant. He flew in from Chicago to do this. And I mean, he did a great job. At the actual wedding on Friday, before the vows were read, and he had his little epilogue, you know, talking about how long he's known Tamara and known her since the 8th grade, and seen her, you know, grow up and all of the friends and stuff. It was just a really good job that he did, able to tie in, you know, all the friends and stuff that were there and how close they've been for so long. And after the vows were said and the party started, it was just wide open from then. I mean, we had the open bar and all the food set up inside for everybody to enjoy, and the DJ blaring out in his little covered tented area with the couches and the fire pits going off. It was just a great time.
I need to turn the heat up a little bit.
Put it on medium.
About halfway to medium.
Well,
There you go, down a little bit.
halfway.
All right. Yeah. Good morning, Tom. Tom's Food Factory. Yeah, we got there, and I mean, we got there with like 8 minutes till. Fortunately, they were late, so they started off late, so that was good. But it was chilly. It was a lot chillier than what we expected. Then you're outside and kind of had a breeze.
Right.
Yep. I ended up getting my jacket. I'm putting on a light jacket, and that still wasn't enough. It was getting cold time we were walking around.
That's why you just gotta keep, like, the guy in Madagascar.
But so Bradley, what's going on with the podcast?
We just had a few people from Operation Motorsport come on the podcast. One of our sometimes co-hosts and member of our team just got back from Wales.
Are you okay, brother?
Yes.
Did it get you?
It did.
Oh, thank man.
I'm not a friend of the grease.
Good.
You might have to scoot a little closer to Maggie.
He just got back from Wales racing in their Race of Remembrance, which is it's a 12-hour endurance race, but they honor veterans. And they take halfway between the race, they stop the race, and everybody gets out and has a service. He just got back from participating in that.
So for you guys who don't know, Bradley's part of the Into the Apex podcast, where they talk about the IMSA sports and VR motor racing. It's not a video game. It is virtual racing.
So did he go to Wales and participate in virtual racing, or was it a real race? Okay.
Race, yeah. We met him through the virtual racing,
Okay.
but he went and did a real race.
Okay.
Dad, what is this?
That's your chicken stock.
Oh, okay. What's it?
So now I lost track of what I was thinking. So yeah, Tamara, that shirt came in like the day before, and I'm actually wearing it now. Because Rusty told me, hey, if you wear your tuxedo shirt, I'll wear my tux.
I didn't say. I said.
So
I said maybe we
Liar.
should wear these
So-
on our
You
live.
told me
came
you were gonna
home-
wear it, and I said, no, you won't.
I came home, I put it aside, and I waited, and I wore it, put it on this morning to go with my jammy pants.
I like it, though. I think it actually it compliments your pajama pants. I ain't gonna lie. Don't they compliment his pajama pants?
But
I'm better. I'm better.
so we saw the the Operation Motorsports car when we went to Virginia.
Yeah, they had them on display.
Yep, and that was pretty cool. So now you guys are still you're still racing Monday nights, and you got what? How many more?
About 4, maybe 4 more.
4 more.
To the end of the season.
And you're what? Top 6?
No.
Top
Depends
25.
on- yeah.
So is it
maybe in the top, just squeezing in the top 10.
okay?
I
Okay.
finished 6th the other night.
They've got.
Okay.
It was close.
And for you guys that don't know, he also decorated his car up with Smoking Bear stuff all over it. So that's pretty awesome. Need to have some like little YouTube logos underneath it though, just so they're like, what? Because they're like, what the hell is this?
It's on the little top. The Instagram's on the top.
Ah, okay. Need to get one of those piano key ties. Charlie, I haven't worn ties since I was in high school.
Baby.
It's funny, the having to wear the suit and stuff for the wedding. We all had bow ties, and the top button of my dress shirt would not button, and it was a stretch getting the bow tie around my neck. And then whenever I got everything done, it was like it didn't matter anyway because my beard covered it all. You couldn't even tell that I had it on.
Yeah. So, Josh, how was the game last night?
Game was obviously a success. I've been to quite a few football games in my life. I didn't even stay for the whole time in that game because I went with a friend who just didn't understand football. He was freezing cold, and we left around halftime. But from what we saw, that was like one of the best games that I've ever been to, personally.
Yeah, that was probably the game of the of their century.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you about game of the decade.
Yeah.
Because in the last 10 years, I haven't done nothing.
Yeah, that's true. But it was a really good game.
Yep.
Really good game.
Was the place going crazy?
Oh yeah, they stormed the field right after.
I was already in bed when you got here. So I was like, I woke up and I was like, who the hell is that? Why are they here?
Yeah.
You should be in Columbia, like just now getting home from flipping over cars.
Is that what you do, Dad?
Not now.
Okay, is that what you used to do?
We're not talking about me. But Tom says, Into the Apex podcast sponsored by Smoking Bear's YouTube channel. Yeah. I fed him really good. And look, I've been using this coffee mug. Yep.
Shameless promotion.
But yeah, check it out. After this video renders, there'll be a link to their podcast in the description. If you check the other videos, there's a link in there. And it's just, you want to tell them about it?
Yeah, we do. So we record every Friday night, and we cover any kind of motorsports, but primarily IMSA sports car racing, sometimes Formula One, but I don't know much about it. IndyCar, and a little bit of NASCAR. So just a little bit of everything, and we do cover sim racing too, the online racing.
We having fire problems?
What?
Looks like I might need to be
Assistance.
cut off and like primed.
Same thing it was doing when I was.
I'm just gonna step
Yeah.
up there.
That's what it looks like. It just needs prime. Because the cream cheese should have been melted by now. Yep. Good morning, Jules.
Hi, Julie.
How are you? How have you been, girly? What happened to Ohio State yesterday, late afternoon? Man, I tell you what, it was the hose probably just need primed, Rusty.
Well, the fire never pouring out even when I unhooked the hose. So there must have been a little bit of
gas in
gas in the line.
it. Yeah, I'll tell you, man, I was I don't know. I was watching the T-Ton game because it was on first, and that was a wild ending. And then, the Bucks come on. I was
Where's your flaming apparatus?
I forgot the lighter.
Yeah.
the
Thank you.
when
That's not
the
called
Bucks came
apparatus,
on,
no.
I was in the kitchen. I got a bone-in ham for this video, and I stood back and halfway watched it and was doing
Fire.
and pulling that. So they went into halftime, and I was like, man, they gonna get beat. That's all I needed was just primed up.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That's a little high.
it is. That's what I'm doing now, adjusting it.
There you go.
High five. Thank you.
You may continue.
If you don't.
Yeah, it was bad. So I was kind of half watching it, and I sat down after halftime and was still half watching it because I started making ham broth. And I tell you what, man, I don't know. They're turning into the old Bengals, man, the old cardiac cats. I don't know. They're gonna have to really put it together for next week. I'm intrigued by your cook today. Sounds yummy. Yeah, Jules.
Have fun at work.
Bye, Mags.
Fix your phone.
Mama had said she wanted some soups,
Thank you.
and yeah, you might want to turn it down a little bit now. And
Nothing but distance.
so we came up with about 4 or 5 different ones, and I'm quadrupling this recipe, so it should be able to get us through like this week easily, hopefully. So
The first soup we did, we doubled the batch and realized that was still not enough for Black Betty. Then the second soup we did, we tripled it.
yeah, and that was just enough. I mean, we still had space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this
So-
one should be a full pot.
Yeah, so Black Betty is a 14-inch, 18-quart Dutch oven. So she's a 3.5 gallon. So she's a big one. So I have to break her out. I have to make it worthwhile. And seeing how we got about 8 people here today, I don't know, 6
We need to come up with a
plus
name
leftovers.
for her big brother over there waiting to be cleaned and seasoned.
Okay, so
Yep.
this
It's tech sport.
Rusty.
So that's
Huge.
if
Bro,
Reagan will
Buffalo
stand
cigarette.
move to the side a little bit. You can kind of see right there where the pepper shaker is. Yep. That right there is a 20-quart Tech Sport Dutch oven that we're going to get to using soon. I was looking up. It looks like the wax, the only thing I do is burn it off because it's a food-grade wax.
Okay.
So you just got to burn it off once it stops smoking, throw some oil on it, and good to go. So I'm going to work on that. Yeah, Jules, ham, chicken, and cheese, and chicken broth. So this is where it gets kind of interesting. So I got 2 rotisserie chickens at Sam's Club, and they were like $5 each. I pulled them, and then I added some Uncle Steve's comp bird shake, and then froze them, and then took the bones and made my own broth. So that's the broth we were using. I got 3 quarts of broth, and I had the turkey that I'd done a week ago. I made turkey broth, so I have 1 quart of turkey broth over there for me to use. So then the ham, I went and got a bone-in ham because I need 4 pounds for today's recipe. So I went and got a ham, and I had to cut it all up and dice it up and all that. And I've got I saved the skin and the fat because I'm thinking I can render that down and make lard.
What is that? Like jerky?
Like Crisco, but just instead of having soybean and palm oils, it'll be in some chemicals. It'll be straight pig fat. And then I got some ham broth going now that'll be done as soon as I get quart jars empty. That bubbled all night last night on low. I had it on high for a couple hours and then switched it to low, went to bed and got up this morning and switched it over to warm.
How close
So-
are you with cream cheese?
Turn the heat up a little bit. Delicate balance.
Yeah, guess what?
What?
We gotta learn how to make queso.
Easy.
Very
Okay, so James, I'm
No,
sorry.
It has to be the good queso.
Very easy.
James has a Thanksgiving question. Oyster dressing or regular dressing?
Anything with oysters needs to go straight to the trash. Answer to that question completely. No, nothing else needs to be said.
That's what your mom makes.
Does it have to go with oysters?
Well, it has oysters in it.
Ew, absolutely not. No.
But
You eat it and don't even know it.
Your mama
Do
makes
I?
it. Yeah,
Yes.
your mom makes it that way.
Well, that just sounds gross.
Yes, I like oysters dressing, and I also like stovetop.
And
But
I just don't eat dressing, no matter how. So
What do you think? Wait, are you seriously like Facebooking right now? Jeez, Pete, really? Half my audience is bored out of their mind. They're Facebooking. The other dude's over here playing. The trombone chef is over here playing
Pokemon.
bubble guppies.
I wasn't on Pokemon.
You playing bubble guppies? Come on, man. Really? We're boring?
Yo, what are you watching?
Okay.
Speaking of Pokemon, while we were at Tamara's wedding Friday, we were waiting on her to get her finishing touches done. All the girls were gathered in the house where they were getting ready, all standing on the porch, and then here comes her friend Hannah, wanting to know if Pokemon was working out there. Then Tommy pulled out his phone. Well, he was going to, but he couldn't find his phone. He didn't have it with him, so I gave him my phone, and everybody was looking for all the Pokemons right there at the wedding venue.
Morning, Ann. So Jules just got a nice ceramic Dutch oven. I would tell you what happened to the one I bought my wife, but she was washing it and dropped it.
Right.
So the
Who made this?
ceramic chipped off on the inside of the Dutch oven and part of the outside. So now we haven't even had it 6 months, and now we can't use it.
Makes a nice paperweight.
Yeah.
Door stopper.
So, 2 different kinds of oyster dressing. One with real oysters, and then he makes his kids with oyster crackers. That's a good one. Turkey broth. Yeah, I like doing turkey broth because it's something different and it adds a ton of flavor. I'm finding that I really like making my own broths. I need to get the canners out. I need to get a pressure canner so I can can these and put them up on the shelf.
Right.
I put them away still warm when I put them in the jars, and when I put the lid down, it'll seal. But I don't keep them more than a couple weeks, just in case. Keep the lard cold. Okay, I'll do that because I do bacon grease and
Like ghee. You make
yeah, and I made ghee, and I'm like, if I can make this $12 stretch, because it cost me like $14 with tax. So it was $14 for this ham. If I can get, put it in this dish and make some dinner out of it, and then make a bone broth, a ham broth, then I'll easily get 2 quarts out of it, and then if I can get some lard out of it, hey, I think I did all right then.
Yeah.
So I'm a little behind on the comments. Oh, Rusty, with your oyster dressing, you need to stay out of that conversation.
That's where I am an extremely avid seafood lover.
Wait.
I love all kinds of seafood, but
And
something
ham.
about an oyster, I cannot stomach them. I can't do them raw. Can't do them fried, broiled, anything. And this is one of them things because I love clams. I'll eat clams all day long, but an oyster just turns my stomach.
So, Jules, my wife she likes the brie cheese, like a wheel of brie, and she'll put the cranberry sauce on top of that, and she loves that. And this last turkey that we did, she started using. She would melt Swiss on top with cranberry sauce straight from the can, and put it on top of that, and it was really good. I'll admit it was really good.
To the brim, my dear. Okay, wait. You said
Currently 28 and feels like 14. Oh,
4 cups.
yeah, we're probably about 40 degrees right now. 38, 40. Sounds great. Make a wild mushroom and leek dressing. Ooh, that
sounds really good.
Yeah. With a mix of breads, including sourdough. Oh, yummo. Yeah, Tom, he probably uses magic mushrooms.
Not the shrooms.
And he probably does it in his Instapot.
Okay, so there's 2.
But they are legal in Colorado. Everything's legal there.
And in Oklahoma.
There was a food that the caterers had at the wedding Friday that had mushroom. It was a brown mushroom gravy type thing with pasta noodles.
Yeah, I stayed away from that because I was already into a lot of starches.
But that was,
This is the last
I
one.
mean, I tried to sample everything. That was my favorite thing there on the whole spread. That was really good.
It was, let's say when I got up the next day, because of the starches and, the Bud Zeros that I was drinking, man, my legs were screaming and my sugar was astronomically high. Holy cow, was it? Yeah, it was high.
Yeah, so we woke up that morning after the wedding, and Abby looked at me, and we were talking, and I said, someone said donuts. We go down, I was like, yeah, we'll be right back. He goes, don't get no donuts. I'm high as all get out. And Abby thought he meant,
I was Cheech and Chong high. My sugar was
did you say
rounding the moon, man. But yeah, Jules, I do like Kent Rollins, and we've got a couple 12-inch ovens that we've been trying to put into the mix and do some outdoor cooking. But we're finding that Mama wants soup when it's cold, and we end up freezing some of it. Be careful, because it will splash. We ended up eating, she'll eat on it all week long, and then when it gets about that 5th, 6th day, we container it up and freeze it if there's any left. And I think the last one, the Zupa Dupa Doo that we did, that one didn't make it. The one before that, we ended up freezing a little bit of it. So.
Yeah, that Zupa thing, whatever it was, that was
a good one.
Really, really good.
Yeah. Let's see. Dressings for your friends who are over for dinner. Whoa. Billy
Billy
with Strong's Adventures.
Dad, I must say, I love the fact that they buy extinguishers.
Yeah, I thought I would keep it around, because Tom gets kind of worried about that. So, I gotta keep that, keep that around.
Tell him chicken, 3 cups of chicken broth, Simmer on low 5 to 10 minutes.
So you're gonna add all 4 of those jars.
Bet. Do you
So-
want me to add this in first before that?
Does the chicken go in? What's it say?
To the ham, add chicken and 3 cups of the chicken broth.
Okay, then add chicken, and then add the broth. You can add the broth while she's adding the chicken.
You want to add the chicken?
Not a big fan of shellfish, too chilly or chewy and slimy. I like it. We don't get enough of it though.
I don't like clams.
I enjoy it best at the beach. Like if I'm by the coast, I'm all good.
There's bad.
But to mix it, like fix it here, just doesn't have that same taste. I think.
I don't really care about the ambiance. I'm just happy having it in my plate.
Yeah, Tom, you all got a bunch of snow, man. I got hit up with pictures about all the snow that was going on. No way.
Yeah, some football game got moved or
Yeah,
something,
so they were
didn't it?
predicting that a week ago or earlier in the week. They were saying that the Buffalo Bills game was being moved to Detroit because they were getting 6 foot of snow.
Right.
And they were showing pictures yesterday on Instagram, and there was already like 3 feet of snow on the field. It's crazy.
Babe, not the whole you, bro.
Smoked grilled oysters with a shot of hot sauce. Oh, I don't know about smoking them. It'd be hard to impart smoked flavor into an oyster.
I wouldn't waste my fuel on that.
I mean, grilling them. But yeah, a little bit of hot sauce. Oh man, get the tiger sauce.
Tiger sauce.
I do like that.
Freaking
Tiger.
amazing.
I do like that
Okay,
tiger sauce.
sauce is good on seaweed with a little bit of whipped cream.
Oh, you took out the recycling to find out it's 13 degrees? Ooh, that's a rude awakening.
I'll pay you.
Oh. Wow.
Grilled oysters rock. Yeah, buddy.
It's on the song.
Steven, my brother.
Huh?
Steven and Jacqueline's in. Pretty mad at Kent Rollins.
That's kind of me, bro.
Oh, someone posted him sanding down cast iron video. You know, so that was one thing that he does say, not to do that on his vintage, but he does use it on his normal lodges. That's how he
Right.
he just does a light sand to get it off there, and then
because that surface is so bumpy and has all the crevices and stuff in it.
yeah, I still don't.
And apparently that's got something to do with their preseason adhere. Whenever they shoot the stuff through the guns at the factory, they have that.
If you think about like taking a spray can and going across, you know how you have. That's the easiest way to think about it is if you take like a black spray can and you go across it, across something white, and you have all the speckles. That's the same as the oil going onto the hot pan, and it doesn't. It's not smooth like wiping it on. But I don't.
But I was actually watching a special on like the History Channel through the Lodge factory, and they were showing everything, and they were explaining how the slightly rough surface on the base is for their pre-seasoning liquid to actually adhere to the skillet to make it ready for use.
Yep.
But
Is
even
this
if
the
it's
cheese that you wanted?
But even if it says pre-seasoned, ready to use, you can't just open up one of them pans, throw it on the skillet, and cook on
Well,
it.
you gotta wash it to get all the oils and the stuff from processing and shipping and all the dust and dirt because they're not sealed after the factory. So, yeah, you still have to do a bit of that. Buffalo got 5 feet of snow Friday. It's hitting them hard. Ugh.
That would have made for an interesting wedding.
Woo-wee.
No.
Yeah, Charlie, no sanding. Just don't sand it. I did that on one pan because I thought, it was when I was new into cast iron. I thought, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
and I bought a 10-inch pan. And
Ooh.
first thing I did was take it out and I hit it with the sander. And I've actually got a couple smooth spots that won't take seasoning very well. So it looks spotty and kind of rough. And over the years, it's gotten better the more I cook in it. But yeah, I won't do that again unless it's super, super bad. It's kind of like doing the setting your oven to clean mode.
Right.
I've done it a couple times, and I've discovered that lye and the vinegar bath and a little bit of elbow grease makes it a whole lot better. Cowboy Kent doesn't like people who cook on briquettes. That's true. He's always about the lump mesquite. But that's what he's got readily available. I think the big thing that he's doing is trying to show that you don't have to rely on the briquettes and the formula on how many briquettes equals this amount. I think that's kind of where he's getting at as far as is to get away from the norm, the mainstream,
Right.
Because Billy, briquettes are different. You'll have store brand, you'll have Kingsford, or you'll have like B&B. One runs hotter, one runs longer, and one burns out quicker and I'll get out. And so by using his lump wood, he keeps an even, consistent heat around and doesn't have to worry about the type of coal or whatever, I wouldn't say chemicals are in it because it's, what is it, a phosphorus and a lime? Is it lime? Limestone? Or baking soda? I forget now. My brain went somewhere else.
Where? Yeah, what you got coming up this week?
This week?
This week.
Oh, Pace should be coming in. You might want to turn the heat up a little bit because you just added a ton of cold stuff.
Yay.
That's good. So Pace should be coming in this week. And she was feeling sick yesterday.
Oh, she looked bad. She looked bad.
She's having trouble adjusting to the mountain air. So
it's all because of the air pressure.
It's the air pressure, and she's not used to being cold. And Dwayne, what's up, buddy? There you go. What's up, Big D? Honey Badger Kent. Yeah, he does do. He is promoting the spatulas and the Red River Ranch seasoning, which hey,
What pays your bills?
Yeah, if that's what's getting you there, can't argue that.
But when I'm sitting down at the house watching some YouTube videos and I've got him on, Teresa really likes watching his videos.
Yeah, it moves really good. I mean, Shannon does an awesome job of editing. And he makes things and makes it seem simple.
Right.
And you kind of, when he starts grilling, you're like, okay, go back to the Dutch oven, dude.
That never finished the question.
What
He
question?
goes to his chuck
What do you
wagon
got going on this week?
and he has his big, huge dresser set up, and each drawer pulls out.
Yeah.
And has I really like that setup.
Yeah, I like the chuck wagon. I would like to have one, but I kind of made one wagon.
You did, and I think I like this wagon.
But
It gives you personality. That's his wagon. He wraps the shots at the other while he takes it to the backyard.
so let's see. So this week, he is promoting his stuff pretty heavy now, and he's got the Hasty Bake. So I mean, that's a company that you don't see anybody hooking up with. So that's kind of cool, and you can buy his Baby Bertha.
Baby Bertha.
That's what he calls
He
his
calls his big wood burner
wood burning stove.
and that thing is huge and it's nice.
Yeah. She'd be hot as all get out though. So this week, so Pay's coming in. Y'all come back, ain't you? And then we got Thanksgiving. Y'all thaw out your birds now. Put your bird in the refrigerator and let it sit for the next week. I got to do that.
Do you have 1 or 2?
Actually, I have 3. So the one store down the street, so I've got one from last year or the year before. Probably the year before. Still frozen. And I just cooked one. And then down the street, the store's got if you spend $35, you get a bird at 29 cents a pound. So I'm buying a 15-pound bird for $4.50.
Right, that's what me and Teresa did. I only had 3 left, and I bought 2 more at Food Line because they were 29 cents. And then Thursday, I saw down at Publix, they're 39 cents a pound with no other purchase, just strictly 39 cents a pound.
Well, I walk in the door, I'm dropping $35. There's no doubt about that. But so you guys can go get one, and we'll cook it up next week, and then you can take it home with you.
I don't know if they need one. If we have 3 of them.
I mean,
My fault. He can get one.
We can eat leftovers. Like a turkey sandwich.
See, look at that. You divide it up, and
Turkey sandwiches, turkey salad. I love my smoked turkey salad when I'm mixing that stuff up. So good.
All I know is we can make funeral sandwiches.
And I use that.
What?
We can make funeral sandwiches.
Funeral sandwich?
Funeral sandwich. What is that?
That's so good.
So it's basically the King's Hawaiian sliders, but they make a sauce that they pour on top of it, and it's got the inside's got ham and cheese in it.
Okay, yeah.
Or turkey, and
We make those at like Christmas and stuff, and Thanksgiving dinners and stuff like that. I just never heard that called a funeral sandwich before.
they got the name funeral sandwiches because
Looking good, Mr.
whenever somebody would
That's what
pass
it
away,
is.
they would put out snack or like hors d'oeuvres
Right.
or whatever,
It's the same.
and they would put out these sliders, but they have a sauce that goes over them, and it soaks in the sauce.
Because ours is usually like buttered garlic, some parsley, but I mean, I've just never heard it called a funeral sandwich before.
Yeah, and then they would make up a big pan of it and
That
throw
makes
it in the
sense.
oven, bake it off.
Because pretty much any type of big gathering, that's a real common thing.
Because you can just eat them
Yeah.
all day long.
Oh
And then
yeah.
you pay for the consequence later. You're like,
Yep, Charlie. When you pick up your bird, always double check for the neck and the giblets. I watched a TikTok video. I watched 2 of them. There are a couple of them. The one dad and mom, they stuck a Cornish hen inside the turkey. So then when they cooked it, they pulled it out, and his daughters were in their teens, and they were pulling out. And they're like, "What is this?" And they pull out this Cornish game hen. And they're like, "Oh my gosh, it's the baby!" And they started freaking out. And I mean, they're running, they're hiding in behind the drapes, they're burying themselves under the couch, like they're all over the place, freaking out because this turkey was pregnant when it got cooked.
can I add seasoning to that?
Is it ready to go?
I don't know, but I want to add seasoning. It looks too bland.
Well, with all the bone broth and all the seasoning that was in everything that he prepared, you might need to taste it.
You're going to taste it, but it does say to use salt, pepper, and parsley. But
there's a lot of seasoning already in there.
Yeah.
One of my favorite videos going around is the mama teaching her son how to prepare the turkey, and it's in the sink, and the mom has already placed. Well, the neck
Has it been that long?
was inside the bird, and the mom was asking him, "Is this a boy or a girl turkey?" And he said, "I don't. How do you tell?" And they're looking at. He reaches in the cavity and pulls out the long neck.
Yeah.
And he says, "Mom, I think this one was a boy turkey."
Okay.
Put my bird in the fridge on Friday. It's still hard. You know what? The one that I did, it was a 23-pound bird, and I had
It's okay.
I put it in the fridge and I checked it after a couple of days, and it was still rock hard.
Mm-hmm.
But then I came back 3 days later and it was ready to roll.
Yeah, because of my space in my fridge, I go on my back deck and I get my cooler. I got a bunch of coolers
It's
back
not
there,
hot.
but I'll fill the coolers with
Yeah, it's
with
not
cold
hot. It
water.
start bubbling.
and I'll put my turkeys that are still in the bag. I'll sit them in the cooler and let them thaw out on the back porch.
I've not matched the
It's
art of
plenty cold
deciding.
enough, for them to sit out there and be safe.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna-
But so far I've got 6 fried turkeys
You really have to hide?
that I
No,
got
I
to make.
missed my mouth.
Oh, well, you can leave it. Well, you can,
It's cold, so I'm gonna put this on to make
yeah,
it like the
because
oven.
turn the heat up a little bit and keep stirring. Don't drop it. Just keep stirring so it doesn't burn the bottom.
Guess
That'll
what I
ruin the whole
just did,
thing.
ready?
You got to cackle.
Yeah, but I decided not to sell do the smoked turkeys this year. I just didn't want to really. First of all, the reason I decided was because I thought I was going to be laid off, and then they said that I would be supposed to be starting my new position on Monday, so I wasn't going to be having time
Right.
to look at this and to worry about the smoker. And then last week they moved the starting from this Monday till the 28th, next Monday. So now I've got to take PTO this whole week, and now I've got the time to do it. But I've already told everybody I wasn't doing smoked turkeys this year.
But a couple phone calls, and I bet you could get them going.
I could.
Yeah.
But I kind of like the idea of only having to worry about the fried turkeys.
Yep.
I've got 3
We
whole.
could do I need to do a video on. You're on deep fry yours?
Yeah.
I'll probably come over and do a video
I
on
want to try
it
deep
if I got
fry.
time.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be using my
I don't
because
like
I don't use my big turkey pots outside anymore. I got me the
Boiler's
Butterball
I like
XL
better than turkey.
turkey fryers that you cook and using indoors.
The oilless fryer, right?
And I've got that on the back deck still, but these are actually actual true turkey fryers that you have on your counter in the house.
Oh, okay.
And I've got 3 of them because I do so many turkeys,
Okay.
with the season. But I've got one that the biggest bird it holds, I think, is 15, and then I've got 2 of them that hold up to 23 or 22-pound turkeys.
Okay. If I have time, well, I won't have time Thanksgiving morning. You going to do them?
These I'll be doing Thursday morning for people
Okay.
to come pick up, so they'll be fresh and hot.
Like Thanksgiving Day?
Because I'm going to be at home. We don't go to our family's thing until 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh.
So I'll cook the turkey. It takes roughly 45 minutes to cook the turkey in the fryer. And so it really depends upon how I end up totally having to make whether or not I'm going to use more than one fryer.
Got me thinking now.
And if you want, I can bring one of my fryers down here because I'm not going to be using all 3 of them.
Can we fry ham?
You
I
can
fry it
fry
every morning for breakfast.
You can fry anything.
So I can fry a cookie?
Yes.
Oh,
Roll it
Oh.
around in pancake batter and deep fry it.
Oh,
Deep fried
maybe we
Oreos.
have
yeah, Charlie. A quick thaw works really good.
deep fried cookie.
If you're doing like we've done quick thaws, we did what $25 in a bathtub.
Yes, we did.
That works out good.
Just ham
I
is fine.
usually do a bucket. If I can get a 5-gallon bucket and drop it in there and just change the water every. Usually I'll leave it sit overnight.
Right.
In the fridge, or not in the fridge, but in the sink. I'll put the bucket in, I'll put the turkey in, and then I'll fill it up and I'll leave it sit overnight, and that'll get it about 80-85% of the way thawed out, depending on the size of the bird. But I just threw the other one last week ago. I put it in the refrigerator, let it go, and just came back and it was like whenever I feel like doing it, do it.
Don't do the thing.
Usually end up thawing in water because the fridge is too cold. I had this one in the fridge here in the garage, the beer fridge, mom's beer fridge, and the brine. So we could talk about brining because I have never brined a turkey.
If you would like to try one this year, I have got so many packs of turkey brine. Last year, whenever the end of the season, and they all went on sale for like 99 cents. I picked up a whole bunch of them just to have them, and I've got a bunch at the house. I'll give you one, and you can try one if you want to.
I have never done that. I was going to get that briner bucket. It has a little
Yeah,
lid
the
on it.
lid
and all
that
that.
pushes it down.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But I looked at the price. I said, it's not that awesome.
Yeah, it's gone up since I first looked at it. Thinking about doing a dry brine this year.
That's just seasoning.
Yeah, I mean it's a salt and like Italian seasoning mix, basically. I've done that with a duck. I've done it with a turkey, and it turns out good because it just pulls the moisture out of the skin. So if you're going to smoke it, I think it works out pretty well for that.
Exactly.
That one year we went over and you were doing, I don't know, you had 15 or 20 turkeys laid out on tables, getting ready to go on, and we had them all laid out on the tables, and then he was going to go out and start his fire, and I said, well, put some salt down to crisp up your skin. And how'd that turn out?
They turned out fine. The seasoning that I use for my turkeys, the poultry seasoning, has got a good bit of salt in it anyway.
But we added the salt ahead of time to help pull moisture out of that skin, so to help crisp it up. Deep fried ham is delicious.
I like the turkey skin.
Yeah.
I don't like the meat, but I like the skin.
So injecting.
I use the butter Creole seasoning when I do my own personal turkey for our family.
The Tony Sasseries.
Right. And it comes with its own needle and everything. And that's one good thing I like about these marinades is because I don't have to go out and constantly keep buying and replacing the injectors. I just keep them. Even though I use the same one, I might do 5 birds and get to save all 5 of the injectors because that's a useful tool. But that's the only seasoning that I use. Whenever I'm injecting my turkeys is the. I did try the butter jalapeno one, and I liked it, but nobody else did.
I have gotten away from it. I used to do the butter, make my own Creole butter. I didn't like using oils because it made it oily tasting to me. That was my preference. Melting down butter and mixing in your Cajun seasoning, that was good. The only issue was I had pockets of seasoning. Even though you go in and you move it around, you inject a little, you move it, and you still had pockets. So
exactly, and that's just because the seasoning itself doesn't render into liquid.
Right.
It still stays in its individual solid states. And so if you take a bite, for instance, the turkey leg, and take a bite of it, you can see the streak where the actual powdered seasoning resided. Even though the liquid dispersed, you can still see the streak of the seasoning. And it didn't bother me. That's some of the best bites.
Yeah, so I've gotten away from it. And when I smoke it, 2 days later, you give it a 45-second zap in the microwave, and she's crying. There's just so much moisture coming out of it. And, I had one guy get on me about so I got a turkey video up I did on the Weber kettle a couple years ago. And this guy got on me because I didn't do something right. The temperature was wrong, I was like, whatever, dude, it came out great. That was 2 years ago.
It's warm.
Or 3 years ago. And it's this last month and a half, last 4 to 6 weeks, that's my most popular viewed video.
The turkey one?
It finally beat
the Beyond Burger.
The Beyond Burger. Cub?
No.
Billy says deep fried anything is delicious.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, well, I'm not a big deep fryer.
I know Grandpa likes deep fried moon pies.
Yeah.
I know that.
Be smoking your turkey for the first time in 2 years. Need to make sure it comes out great. Man, I'd say run about 3 1/4. Your timing, put it on early. Start it at breakfast. Let it run. Depending on the size, I've had them run 6 hours. Check it. Depending on how you do it, your breast meat will be about a 165. Your thigh meat might be 175, but the spot between the leg and the bottom of the breastbone where the belly is may be under. So I've had to run those longer.
Yep.
If you spatchcock it.
And spatchcocking, in my opinion, is the way to go. I mean,
I like it, but it's not the end all be all.
no, it's not.
You know, it's
my personal preference. That's the only way I do them now if I'm smoking them.
For me, it depends on how I feel. If I want to take the time to cut the backbone out, great. If not, throw it on there and go. I don't do a whole lot of prep to them.
But to get that skin, the salt is key for drawing out the moisture of that skin.
Yep.
Because you don't want to take one bite and then the whole entire piece of skin come off with you.
And you know, if you're doing the whole bird as a whole, then the thigh, that little spot I was talking about between the leg and the belly, that'll come out right. I mean, it'll cook even. Spatchcocking, you got to watch that. So if you start out with it face down, belly or breast down, and get, you know, a lot of that fat will draw out of that, and then when you flip it over, it's going to run off, and you run it at a higher temp halfway through. You know, crank it up from 3.25 to 375, even 400. That'll crisp up your skin too.
When I'm spatchcocking, the 20-pound birds, they're usually done in the 4 to 4.5 hour mark. When you and I
Depends
know
on the size of the bird.
Yeah, I'm saying my 20-pound birds are done in about the 4.5 hours.
Just stir in. Once it starts bubbling, you're getting there. You got it all good and stirred in. Just drop a handful in at a time. So that's 2 blocks of Swiss cheese getting ready to go in there. Rotisserie turkey is good. I haven't done a rotisserie. I just watched.
My rotisserie won't hold a turkey.
Yeah, I just watched George over at 805, and he did it on his Conca.
But that was awesome.
Beautiful.
Because my rotisserie, it tells you in the instructions and stuff, it'll do up to a 5-pound chicken.
There you go.
And I had a 6.5-pound chicken, and I tried that. And the instructions are right. It won't even do a 6-pound chicken. I had a lot of the parts of the skin were touching the actual burners as it was rotating. And so I really believe that I need to follow those instructions now and stay in the 5-pound range. I couldn't imagine having a rotisserie big enough to do a 20-pound turkey.
Huh? Bliss? Did you say bliss?
Yeah, Billy. I remember back in when frying turkeys became all the rage. That was back in the late 90s. Everybody started doing it, and if you knew how to do it, it turned out great. But I had a lot of them that didn't turn out great. I only had a couple that were really good.
Yeah, and doing them in those big turkey pots. I can't say everybody. Some people know, but most people, they don't have thermometers. They're guessing. Yep, this should be hot enough. They drop the turkey in and it starts to sizzle and bubble. And so, yep, this is hot enough. And they can be way too hot. And the turkey will be burnt on the outside and still
Or they
in
just
the middle.
they panic and drop it in instead of easing it down.
And it's hard to believe that people put them in frozen. I mean, there's so many freaking videos and safety messages, about doing that. Still, it happens every year. People burn their houses down.
My mom was doing that, but she do it outside. Your mom.
So, Tom smoked a turkey for 13 of the last 15 years. 2 years were total. It can happen. I mean, I've had where people have ran dirty and over smoked it.
Oh yeah.
Like there was one fellow I know, and he didn't pay attention to temperature at all, even on a smoker. He just goes by time and what it looks like. And when I'm talking about it was overdone, I mean, we're talking the breast meat was like 185. And I was like, dude, what are you doing? A quick little oven thermometer, tell you where the rack is. You know,
Yep.
$6. You set that on there, tells you what the rack temperature is. You know, I know when I'm running 350 degrees, if it's the 18-pound bird, I'm probably going to check it in about 3 hours. And he didn't have an instant read at all.
Dad, I like that hat.
So that's going to make me that's going to put me about the 130, 140 range. So, you know, sometimes the low end, depending on whether or not it's frozen when I put it on. But yeah, over smoked the hell out of it. I mean, so I teach him a lot how to run his Weber Smoky Mountain. The first time I had ever cooked on one. Yeah, Billy. I read a lot of people that were using and they would go to Tractor Supply and get the horse needles to do injections because they weren't selling them. The one injector we got for competitions when we first started doing them, that was a horse needle. Wasn't it?
No, it was the extra large stainless steel thing that we got from Walmart.
Yeah, but I meant the needle though. That wasn't from Walmart.
The ones that I bought were.
Really?
And we tried to create the hand pump.
So we took
plunger.
the sprayer hand pump thing, you know, for like spraying weeds and bugs and stuff, and we made that a injector. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were like that. I apologize. So
We unscrewed the spray nozzle
Yeah, never thought of horse needle.
and
so
put on the needle because it was the same thread pattern. So when we pulled the trigger, it would come out the needle.
Yeah.
But even having the big needle, the injector, the seasonings would still clog up the needle for us, and so we had issues with that. We just need a little bit of more R&D, and we could probably market that.
Yeah. All you got to do is just run the seasoning through a food processor or
spice
coffee
grinder or
grinder.
something.
Yeah.
I think Tamara has a spice grinder that we
I
could
got
use.
two of them.
You know what came up on my Facebook memory?
What's that? I mean, we're taking over the conversation. You guys ain't saying nothing.
Well, because
He's still playing Bubble Guppies. Jeez and Pete.
Because if I do, you're gonna look at me. Anyways, my science fair project where we made Boston butts for it.
Oh yeah.
That came from
When
my.
we were doing the smoke ring.
Yeah.
Oh, turn it down a little bit. Turn it down.
Turn it on.
Add the cheese.
We did.
The whole thing goes in.
Yeah, that'll drop the temperature really quick. Hopefully, stop it from bubbling up.
So I said do it a handful at a time, but the whole thing goes in. Boy, that pot's pretty full. That's all right.
So Bradley,
This
I hope you're taking some with
This would be the first time we have used all real estate in that pot.
Just about, yeah.
Real estate.
I mean, the last recipe
You
was
mean all
pretty close.
space?
Real estate is
Yeah. That's another term for it.
Whatever, kiddo.
So what else in there?
Oh, but Dad, guess what? I'm at school for the weekend.
You just watched her put it in.
No kid. But our conversations are boring because he's not into cooking. Now we get talking about race and stuff, and then he'll be like, okay. Yeah. 17-inch lodge. Yeah, that would get it done a lot faster. Drop a bird into a big Dutch oven, and roast it.
Yeah, I've never done that. No, with even a chicken. And I bet you that
I've
would
done
be
it with
really
chicken.
good. I haven't done it with a chicken yet.
The one I did, I took a fluted pan. I took a fluted pan, like a cake pan, and I put like taters and carrots and celery and all that stuff in the bottom. Set the chicken right on top of it. So it was kind of like a beer can, but it wasn't a beer can because there was no thing in the center. And man, I roasted that dude off. I smoked it off, and it was wonderful. The one turkey I did, I took my minis and I stacked one mini on top of the other, and put the fryer hanger
How's it coming?
Right.
up through. So I put the turkey on that, and then dropped it down into the little mini smoker,
Okay.
and that was pretty neat. That was a while back. What are you doing?
I said,
Why are you picking her nose?
I'm not. I said, how's it going, Chef Reagan? That's the
Oh.
microphone.
Oh, because I was like, what in the world?
Dad, I have a hypothetical unhypothetical.
You've been awful quiet. So,
What time is it?
are you focusing?
It is 10 after.
That's why. Yeah, she's not awake yet.
You've been up for an hour.
That doesn't mean she's awake. She can be up for 4 hours, so we have to sleep.
Drink coffee.
What do you think? Does it look good? Does it smell good? Does it need more seasoning now you got the cheese in it? It probably needs black pepper, which is right here. You could add Uncle Steve's to it if you really want to.
But they haven't tasted it yet.
Yeah, Tamara says she has a grinder, but she doesn't know if we want to use it for spices.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, I think I'll use one of my own. Thank you.
Hey, it was just giving out a trip.
I
I'd
can
be like
imagine me using that grinder just like, here's a funny story for everyone in YouTube land. My son and my daughter,
I don't know why.
they both have a vape, and they get fruity flavors and stuff, and all the time at the house, they're saying, here, Dad, taste this
That
one.
is so good. But
Taste
I didn't
that.
expect it to be that hot.
And, it could be watermelon flavor, Fruit Loop flavor, whatever, different things.
Turn down.
And so I would always taste them. I come home from work Monday last week, and there was one charging on the end table next to my bed. So I'm like, nobody was home, and I'm like, I wonder what flavor this is. And so I take it and I hit it, and it's like I don't taste anything. Then I do it again,
Is that how you actually know?
and then the third time, I'm like, this must be just a regular regular smoke or something. It's not flavored.
Let's try it.
And set it down. And at that time, Tamara called me, and I asked her. I said, "Is this your vape here?" I said,
Do you need more
"I just tried to taste it, and there was no flavor."
Yeah,
And
it's
then
got salt in it.
she told me, she said, "Let me call Tommy." She called Tommy. Then Tamara called me back, and she said, "Don't suck on that thing again. Leave it alone." And I found out what it was, and that was Monday.
Just use
I had a drug test on Tuesday for my new position at work.
Just
and it's
get a
like,
palmful
uh-oh.
of black pepper
And
dump it in.
so
Okay.
I had to take the drug test before Thursday. And I mean, I don't smoke, so I didn't inhale. I was pretty much just, trying to taste what fruity flavor it was. And so I waited till Thursday anyway to take my drug test, and everything was fine. But that was kind of funny.
Like this? That's not good.
Yeah.
Here it.
It's about a teaspoon.
And Tamara keeps making fun of me now, telling me I need to stop picking everything up in the house and putting it in my mouth. Because here's why. Because on Wednesday, Teresa had turned on her little wax melt thing that makes the fragrances of the different waxes, and there was a little package of like raspberry, and to me it looked like candy, and it was sitting right there in the package on the island in the kitchen. And I'm like, okay, I just picked it up and put it in my mouth and found out it was wax.
Dad, this is your best friend right now.
And so now they done told me that I need to stop picking up stuff and putting it in my mouth.
I did the same thing. We were at another wedding a few weeks ago, and it was real nice set up on the table. And there's a ball of something with the salad. And I thought it was mozzarella cheese. So I popped the whole thing in my mouth. And I looked at Sydney and I said, "This is butter." And then I had to finish eating it. I couldn't spit.
Okay, but if it was like this cinnamon butter, like that,
No, I would have eaten
Oh,
it.
100%.
But it was just butter.
No, because your son calls me, and I didn't answer because Avi had her friends over, so I was just hanging out with them. And then I look, and he goes, "Bro, my dad just got high." And I was like, "Wait a minute. Pause. How?" And he goes, "I don't know, but he did it on accident. Hey, this man's high." And I was like, how did he accidentally get high? Like, there's a process. So then I told Dad about it, and Dad goes, he said something, and then I had to explain to him about the vapes and carts and all this other stuff. And then I text Reagan, I was like, next time you come over, you can help me out with that. Because
So Tom's got a question. Has anybody ever injected with buffalo sauce?
I've never injected with buffalo sauce, but I have definitely poured buffalo sauce over my turkey after I've carved it and put it on my plate.
I've made a buffalo turkey,
come here.
like, you know,
Right. And I have used it when I made buffalo wings with turkey wings before, and I just tossed them in the buffalo sauce.
Rusty Bill Clinton did.
I did not inhale.
Are you sure?
I did not have sexual relations with that woman.
Hey, whoa, whoa,
Hey,
whoa,
yo!
whoa.
Hey, yo!
Going sideways, really.
Pause!
We were already off track. Come on now.
Tamara, come get your father. Sean, come get your father.
Yeah, Tom, that'd be interesting.
How you feel?
I don't know about an actual buffalo sauce. Well, I guess if you use the Franks and then
That's all you
butter,
have to say
Right.
about that is it's
then it
good.
would probably work out. But I'm thinking like a wing sauce with really
Frank's
thick.
buffalo, Frank's makes an actual wing
Yeah.
sauce, and that is what we use now. I mean, that is very, very good.
You want to try this? Here, Dad. You want some?
Delicious.
All right, well, we can go ahead and turn the flame off so
Good.
that we don't scorch the soup,
I think it's
because all that residual heat from that cast iron is going to keep it plenty hot.
Just cut the thing off the
You
bottom.
gotta cut that off. Okay. Follow the
Alright.
arrow.
Follow the yellow brick road.
This time, this time.
Yeah, baby.
Ready? Magic.
And Tamara, I do believe we have plenty here, so I can bring you some home like you asked.
Can I please use this?
That's what it's in there for.
It's a soup ladle.
Abby thought she could use this to make spaghetti. And I said, no, that's not how that works. Okay, you ready?
That can scoop spaghetti, but it can't make spaghetti.
Oh, that's good.
Damn kids.
Hey, yo.
And you got the parsley there to garnish with.
Doesn't parsley taste like
Parsley don't have a taste. It's there just to look pretty.
It's kind of an herby. Fresh parsley has an herby taste
Yeah.
to it. And I got this fresh stuff because
I've got the dehydrated parsley flakes in the shaker bottle.
yeah, that's what I got. I picked this one up yesterday and I thought, well, let me try this out. Billy finally broke down and bought a Blackstone.
That's nice.
Woo! Did you see Todd Tobin and Butch were doing the new release of the holiday series?
No, I haven't seen that. And I was just
So-
watching the whole bunch of YouTube of Blackstone videos yesterday with
Yep.
Blackstone, Betty, and CJ and all them.
Well, Crazy Pop was that he got invited to go to the World Food Championships.
Yes,
and,
I saw him in a few of them yesterday.
Yep, and he was with Todd Tobin, and they were releasing the
Merry Christmas!
new Walmart line of Blackstones, a 22-inch, and the one's a black, one's a tan, and then one's like it's a bluish gray, but they had the lids and they're 22-inch. They look pretty nice. They're their new adventure series.
Okay.
I think there was like $130 or $140.
And it's a 22 with a lid?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah, I was like, ooh.
No, she's actually.
Yeah, whenever Walmart had the E series, they had marked down to $80, and I told your dad, and he went and got one. I kept telling myself I needed to go ahead and pick it up. I'm never going to see it that cheap again, and I never did. And I keep thinking I should have done it. I wish I would have, but even if I had it, I've got nowhere in my house to plug it in and
Right.
use it. It was just one of those things. I was going to get it just because it was a great deal, even though I didn't need it. I couldn't really rationalize with Teresa why I just spent $80 on something I'm never going to use because I
Right.
have nowhere to use it.
Stop judging the stairs.
Yeah, I keep going back and forth, but it's usually just a couple of us. So the little cast iron plates I got work just fine.
I need to get me some sizzling cast iron fajita plates. I've only got one.
I got two.
So I've got one, but I've got 2 slabs of outside skirt at the house that I've got to go ahead and start and cook up. I'm going to be doing steak fajitas, and I just love those sizzling plates whenever
I got 2 of them. You can have
Dad, would you like to have the first bite of the bowl?
No, y'all go ahead. Let me. Oh, Billy got the gray one.
I already took pictures of it.
Same one Butch was showing off. Yeah,
Oh,
Brian. Brian does great when he on his Blackstone. He cooks a lot on it.
When I made that fudge the other day, that's such an incredibly simple recipe. I started thinking, that was 2 TikTok videos that I should have recorded and I could have easily made.
Yeah.
And then Friday night, after taking all the pictures and stuff at the wedding, and looking at all of mine and on my phone, and then Teresa's phone and everybody else, I was thinking that's going to be another opportunity to learn how to use KineMaster and put a little display together with all of our cell phone pictures. And then we're waiting on Tamara's photographer, those pictures to come in. Yeah, and everybody was telling me that whenever we were having our daddy-daughter dance, that you were over there tearing up yourself. Somebody had said that they had pictures and they were going to post them. And I said,
Yeah.
Big deal.
Okay. Speaking of Crazy Pop, look who's here. We were just talking about you and your trip to Dallas and the new Blackstones.
I saw it. It's kind of hot. She put
Brian's hoping to get the tan one. That tan one looked pretty sweet. I liked it. I think that's the one that I would get if I was going to get one.
Right.
Yeah.
Teresa won't let me buy another one.
Yeah.
She said, I got a 36. No, I cook everything in the world on it. She said, there's no reason to buy another one.
is actually broken.
I said, well, if me and Lee want to head up to the river again or go to the, anywhere, the park or whatever, I said, that 36 is a pain for me to put in the back of my truck. I said, we need a 22 or something for our videos. And she said, when y'all start making money, then you can get you a 22.
Yeah, I gotta start making some Killer Jack, and I mean our subscriber count's gone up, but we're still not rolling in the dough yet. So
It's hot on the bottom.
So aside from being hot because you guys are impatient, what did you think of it?
It's
Pretty
pretty
good.
pretty
The chicken's
hard
really
taste. I actually liked it. I actually effed it.
I mean, it should have plenty of salt in it. So has it got right pepper, and does it taste just like a bowl of cheese?
No.
Does it taste like a chicken cordon bleu?
Well, I've never had chicken cordon bleu.
But it tastes like
Hey, Sydney.
Okay.
Yes, I'm gonna have you try this. Come here, my
You
child.
say hi to Tamara.
Pull up, pull up.
She left. They had to go do groceries.
Okay.
Well,
George,
that means they're going to my house to raid my refrigerator and my cabinet.
Give me a second.
It is hot. Be careful.
Yeah, Josh just broke it down.
what's up, George? How you doing, buddy?
It's a little
A
hot.
little hot, yeah.
Like scale 1 to 10.
just got boiled.
Like he instant panic when it hits
So
his mouth.
Crazy Papa's in.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Okay, I just want to say,
Just
Crazy
like-
Pop, you did some great content.
Like an 8.5.
The other day I was able to watch the videos yesterday. Did a good job with some videoing and some questions and acting up with all the guys at Blackstone. Really enjoyed it.
Uncle Steve's in.
Really good. Hi, Steve. Uncle Steve's in. Will you like it? What would you
Uncle
like?
Steve, I need some more spicy.
Like or not?
Well, put your order in.
I am.
Cheesy.
Not everybody
Um,
was thinking it. What?
So, Uncle Steve, just so you know, I got a
You want a
rotisserie chickens
That's it.
and then put that after I pulled them because they were like $5 a piece. Once I pulled them, I put
Reagan made it.
the comp shake on them and then froze them, and that's what we're using here. Plus those chicken thighs I made last night with the
Let me your hand off of
shoot.
the bottom.
with the comp shake on it, and then the broth that I made, I put the comp shake in it as well. So there's a lot of Uncle Steve's in this one.
And I got a whole bunch of turkeys that I got to do this week, and I'm going to be trying the competition bird shake on one of my turkeys just to see how it comes out. Haven't used it on a turkey yet.
Yeah, everybody hit the thumbs up. Everybody hit the thumbs up. Thank you, James. We started passing around little cards when we're at the comps or the events and stuff, and yeah, my man over here, the trombone chef, his dad runs a Facebook page, and he's like, post it on there. So I'm gonna post it on there and see what happens. Try to pick up some more traction. But now everybody's in line to get. It's like a soup kitchen now. So.
Okay. Well, Bradley, come here. Josh, come here. We're gonna sign off.
Let me.
We're gonna put the
this.
tallest. Bradley, come on this side. We want to get the tallest on the ends. Like that's how it looks.
There we go.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Let's zoom back just a hair. All right. All right, so we're going to get out of here. Y'all have a great week.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I forgot that was my cue. There's tools and cooking. Did you have fun?
Hands up. There we go.
Did you have fun? Did it taste good? Did it taste good? Rock on. You guys are awesome. We'll see you guys next week. Stay safe, guys.
Have a great week.
Have a great week.
Doses.
Enjoy your Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah. Happy Thanksgiving.
Remember, put your birds in the refrigerator now.
Right now.
And we'll catch y'all next week.